Hello crafty friends, it's Laura with Laura's Creating Cards. Today on Make It Monday, we are going to be making this card right here. It's super simple and a lot of fun where we get to use butterfly die cut and we get to emboss this piece and learn how to do all of that in one time. So join me, grab some paper, any kind of paper you want, and let's get started. For today's paper, I'm actually using an old celebration pack. Let me just grab it real fast. It's called the Dandy Designs, and if you ever get a chance to snag this, do, because it has some of the cutest paper for spring. I've used it for Easter, but it's just a whole lot of fun. So this is where I grabbed it from. All right, and the stamp we are using is, I gotta find it first. Well, I do know that the butterfly we are using is this beautiful butterflies dies. So we used that small one there. And then, the stamp for the saying is from the perennial postage stamp set. So these are all discontinued, or retired, except for the butterfly one. I think you can still get that one. All right, anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with your base 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm just gonna go ahead and crease that. All right, then you're gonna take coordinating cardstock. This one is a 4x4 square. Then we use a black to layer on top of that. And that is 3 3/4 square. And then the DSP, you can't really tell, but this is the back side of it. And then this is like little hexagons. And that one is going to be 3.5 by 3.5. Now this paper right here, this is the Coastal Cabana, and you can't really tell, but it is actually two-tone. So you see, you can actually tell it's a little bit darker, and there's the lighter side, so you could decide which side you wanted to use. I went with the lighter side. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these pieces on, and I'll glue all of that before. So there we go. Make sure it's almost even all the way around. Then glue this piece. And try to make this even as well. Okay. Then we're going to glue this big piece. This layout works so well. You could do so many different colors and different DSPs. Okay. And since I'm here, and since my green and black piece are ready, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, this black strip is 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then this piece is a 1x4. Yeah, it's not working. I'm gonna do it this way so I can get a good. There we go. I'll go ahead and glue this piece on. You can decide how much white to leave in between. Just make sure that those pieces line up Okay, so that's that ready. All right, so now you have this square. The square is a 2.5 inch square. Then your other DSP that is different. This is 1.25 square. It doesn't matter which two corners you use them, because they're just, no matter what, and how you turn it, it won't matter. All right, okay, now we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna emboss it with our embossing folders. So, and pull out, I always forget the name of this thing. All right, so we're gonna use plate 1. Okay. Now for the embossing folder, I used, it's called Wrapped in Texture, and it has 2 different ones. I went with the polka dot ones. So I'm gonna stick this paper in. Now, it really does depend on which side you want to puff up and which side not. I always seem to do it backwards, so we shall see if it works this time. All right, run it through. Cross your fingers it works the way I want. And it didn't, but that's okay. I wanted the puffed up, the raised, instead of that one. I can't get it. You could try and peel those off, but then it would be the opposite, and that's what I did with the other one, because I really liked the puffed, the raised. You can see that, and this one is sunken in. So, in my mess up, I'm going to go ahead and put that off to the side for a minute. I'm going to cut 2 more pieces. I'm going to fix my goof. And this was already embossed, not the right way, but I wanted the white to stick out more being raised versus the pattern one. Okay. Then I'll glue those, but I'll glue it so that in the same spot so it doesn't bleed through. Now, when something's embossed, I like to use the green liquid glue because I think it just holds it better. Flattens it better. Nothing poked out. This way, you have both. You have it raised and not raised. I liked the way that looked. All right. Okay, then we're gonna glue this and we're gonna put it so it sits diagonally. And you could have the white up at the top with the design that way. That one kind of looks cute. Or you can have the DSP up at the top. I'm going to do it up at the top. Oh, it needs to be fixed, that one a little bit. There we go. Wow. There. All right. So that one's ready. All right, now I'm going to do the saying, I'm here for you always. See? Okay. And we're going to fussy cut that out. Okay. Then we're going to pop that up with the mini pop-up dimensionals. I used one full one for where there's the big writing. And then I took one and halved it. So I want to make sure that it doesn't show through. Okay, we're going to take can't get the sticky parts off. All right, and I'm just gonna try and center that. There. Okay, now we're gonna do a strip of DSP on the inside. I went with the one with the diagonals since this one shows more of that showing, and this one is just going to be a 1/2 inch. I'm going to go all the way across, 5.5. Trusty paper cutter. Let's see if that's almost okay. Oh, even then. All right, it's long. That's okay. And use the glue. I'm not going to go all the way down so I can cut some of it off, the what hangs over. And this was, my piece is embossed. It's leftover embossed from the folder. And flip it over. Cut that off. Your inside is done. Now we have to do our little butterfly at the top. All right, I'm gonna pull the big little guy out. This time we're gonna all right, so this might be pool party paper. There's a cute little parts there. Oh, my paper's too big, so I'm just going to rip this off. Okay. All right. If I can pick him up. Come on. There we go. Oh, here you have little butterflies. These papers in there. You just have to poke them through. And where'd his little body go? Oh, there it is. It's hidden. Okay. Move this one out of the way. Use my pick tool here to poke the little holes out. Okay, there he is. And then poke his little body out. That's a little, can't find it. All right. Now I kind of colored him to make him stand out. So I used a blending brush with the Coastal Cabana ink pad. I didn't do super heavy so that doesn't overpower. Looks like I need gosh, my ink pad is stuck. Alright. So I just made the edges of his leaves dark. And then same with his body. See? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'll close that up. I'm going to use my green glue. Then I use one more mini pop-up dimensional right there. You can curl his wings if you want, let him go up a bit so it looks like he's flying. Just right there in the center. And voila, your card is done. Isn't that cute? You could add some gemstones if you wanted. You can even add a saying inside, but I wanted it blank for this one today. Well, there you have it. Thanks for joining me on Make It Monday. Hope you'll tune in next week where we make another fun card for Make It Monday using some of the newer stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. And if you are interested in making some other cards, you can check me out on Instagram at Laura's Creating Cards, and you can find a list of a bunch of fun Stampin' Up! Products, paper, stamp sets, die cuts, embossing folders, even if it's just glue, on the Stampin' Up! Website. And find me, Laura Leone, and I can help you with any needs or wants that you're looking for. Have a nice evening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.